With my 2017 e-Golf coming up on 8,000 miles, I decided to inspect the cabin filter. Now I know the cabin filter is behind the glove box, and the trick of course is to get the glove box out of the way. Wow, that's pretty clean. How did I do that? Oh yeah. Once the glove box is cleaned out, if you look in the back, far right hand side, you'll see a tab that's protruding down. You need to push that tab up. There's also one on the left hand side. Now, two tricks. Both of them need to go up at the same time. And two, you don't want to do this in cool weather. Once they're up, the glove box will drop open. If you do this in cool weather, you probably won't get it open because it's hard to do in the summer when the plastic's a little soft. Now here's a close-up, and it's pretty tough to push that up. You may want to try to get maybe a small ruler or blade to get underneath to give you some leverage. But you have to be careful because, as you'll see, these are the tabs that protrude from the glove box. So these are the stops, and you don't want to accidentally break these off because then you have to get a whole new glove box. Now, another thing you have to keep in mind is this is the dampener arm, and this will come out, but you'll need to reinsert this once we're finished. With the glove box out of the way, we see the cabin filter cover is in the upper left-hand side. And to remove that cover, we're going to pull forward on a tab on the right-hand side, and then the tab on the upper right-hand side, we're going to separate. Then you're going to do the same thing for the tab that's in the center, and again for the tab on the left. There is no other tabs to open up. There are some tabs that go into little catches, but these, as you pivot forward the cover after releasing the top ones, will release. So there's nothing you have to do with those. So let's give it a shot. I pull forward and push down on that tab. That frees it. Go to the middle position. Do the same thing. And then at the far left. And now the cover is loose, and simply lift up and away. And that's our cover. Note the orientation. Now here's the filter. You'll notice that the filter has an arrow pointing down, so that's the way we want to reinsert that. So you might want to note the part number in case you want to replace the filter. We're going to take a look at it and see if this filter can just be cleaned. And at first look, it looks really, really, really dirty. But upon closer inspection, we note that it's a carbon filter, so it's going to look dark. And what we really want to look at is how much gunk is in between each of the folds. And in this case, it doesn't look all that severe. So I think I'm going to get an air hose and see if I can blow some of this out. And initially, I'm going to blow from the clean side so that it forces the debris off the dirty side. Once I'm satisfied with that, I flip the filter over and I go through each of the folds, getting all the debris out. As you do this, you don't want to use too much air pressure because you don't want to damage the filter element. Just enough to get the debris to come out. Once I'm satisfied that it's pretty clean, I'm ready to reinsert. But before that, we're going to take a look inside the cabin filter compartment to make sure that there's no debris in there. Now we're ready to slide in the cabin filter. Just push it all the way to the back. Note the orientation of the arrow, make sure it's going down. Now get the cabin filter cover and turn it over, make sure that's cleaned off and that doesn't have any debris on it. Note the orientation. The pointed legs is going to go downwards, and then your three tabs are going to be facing up, with the catch on the right hand side. So we put in the bottom tabs first and then just snap it into place. Now we're going to take the dampener arm, reinsert it into its catch, and here's the stop on the glove box, and that stop has to get past our little tab here, and you should be able to push past it. Didn't do any damage. I was afraid that, it might snap off, but they both went in simultaneously, and we were good to go. So we tested, it dampens, so we know the dampener arm is working correctly. Now you put all your old junk back in there and you close your box and you're good to go. If you found this video useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.